Hi, I'm Doug Keck, and this is an EWTN bookmark brief. Just had the pleasure of speaking with Father Dave Tomaszycki about his book that he edited on the demonic, Archbishop Fulton J. SHEEN, Emmaus Road Publishing, available through our religious catalog. So what is this book about? How did you tie SHEEN together dealing with the demonic?
Yeah, so in 1974, Fulton Sheen said he was going to write a book on the demonic. So I went through his archives hoping to find him a manuscript. That wasn't there. I did the next best thing. Everything he says about the demonic, I found it, compiled it into book form. So I write the foreword, but after that, it's all Fulton Sheen. These are all his words, direct quotes from him. It's him speaking on the demonic. And I was surprised how well it laid out. The first part goes, kind of chronologically, the devil working at the beginning, the devil in the life of Christ, the devil, throughout the history of the church. And then the next part is the signs of the demonic, the weapons against the demonic. And it laid out so well, it's quite obvious that Fulton Sheen was indeed getting his thoughts in order for a book. He didn't get it together, but 50 years later, I did. But it's a Fulton Sheen book. I compiled it, but it's a Fulton Sheen book, all in his words.
And you doing this research and looking through this, what was the most surprising thing that he came up with regarding the demonic in your mind?
Probably the thing that struck me most is the temptation of the church for the next 200 years being this temptation toward worldliness. And it shows itself different in different eras, but that's something we really have to be aware of. The devil, he's very smart. He doesn't have to, drag you way away from Christ. He just has to drag you a little ways away from Christ. He just has to distract you. So Fulton Sheen talks about that, and it's something to be aware of.
Well, that's why I think in this book he says, they ask about the devil active in Hollywood, and the old line is, the devil sleeps in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one other thing. Why do you think people, or do you think people are more interested in things related to the devil than maybe they had been over the last 30 or 40 years?
I think they are. I really think they are. Why? That's a good question. And maybe it's what Fulton Sheen says about when the church dropped things, the people pick them up. Culture picks them up. So for a few decades, you heard very little about the devil from the church, and now the people are overly interested. And they're often interested in an unhealthy way. But Fulton Sheen, he's the man, very balanced. This is a good source to go to for good, healthy, theologically sound information about the demonic and how to fight.
And that's what this book is about. My father, Dave Tomaszycki, he's the editor of On the Demonic, Archbishop Fulton J. SHEEN, always good reading. Emmaus Road Publishing, available through our catalog, of course. Look for the entire interview coming soon on the network. It's available as well on our on-demand platform and on our YouTube channel. I'm Doug Keck. This has been an EWTN Bookmark Brief. Thanks for stopping by.